and welcome back. For today's video, my sister gave me the idea to do a January favorites recap. So today I'll be recapping my month of January, the media that I was consuming, what my favorites were. I'm gonna do a few extra categories as well. Okay, let's recap my January 2026. Today's date is February 14th, so I'm a little behind on this. I hope to do these maybe every month, or at least like every few months, and next time I will be a bit quicker with it. Okay, the first category is gonna be music. So what I was listening to the most in January, what I really enjoyed, and this one was an easy one for me. It was 100% A$AP Rocky's new album, Don't Be Dumb. I love this album. A$AP Rocky's style is just so cool. I've been missing his music, and he finally dropped this album, and I think that it's so good. Me and my girlfriend already bought tickets for the summer to go see him. We have to go see this album. We both love it. Okay, favorites off the album. Number one, hands down, Robbery with Doechii. That song is so just cool. Number two, I would say Still Ya Flow. I think that one is pretty funny, first of all, as like a hit to Drake. But I think that it is just such a cool, fun song. So those are my top two off of that album, and that album was definitely my favorite music that I was listening to in January. Okay, second category is movies. So I didn't see any movies in theaters in January, which I usually like to do, but for this month there was a lot of at home, and there were a lot of good contenders. The Brady Bunch movies, like the parody ones, finally watched those. Those are so hilarious, but the movie that I'm gonna give it to for my recap is gonna be Bottoms. I am on a Rachel Sennett kick right now. I love Rachel Sennett. I think that her delivery is so funny. And this is a movie that I've been wanting to watch ever since it came out. Like every plane ride, for some reason, that's like where I'll always look for this movie. I could have watched this on streaming for the past, like, I don't even know how many years it came out, like 3 years ago or something. But like, it's just one of those movies where like you wait and you don't know why, and then you finally watch it and you're like, wow. Like, I'm glad that I got to experience this for the first time now. Sorry to ruin the continuity of the video, but it's later, and I realized that I did not give a single iota of synopsis for any of the media pieces that I talked about. Bottoms is a movie about a couple of like gay, what do they describe them as? Ugly, untalented gays. And so they like hit this football player with their car, and so like to avoid punishment they make this like all girls fight club, and they're basically like just trying to pull some of the girls in the club. And it's just hard to give a set plot analysis better than that because it's so just like sarcastic, out of pocket. But I love that it's like sarcastic and it's outlandish, where it's like that stuff doesn't happen, but they don't like address it fully, so it's just funny. Really good movie. I'm glad that I was finally able to watch it, and so that was definitely my top pick for the month. Okay, for the next category, I'm gonna do my January book. So I'm not a huge reader. I probably average one book a month, so this category will probably always just be whatever the book was that I read that month. Maybe 2 or 3 sometimes, but for this month it was only one. It was called What She Left Behind. So this was a dual timeline book. So the first girl, who is the first focal point of the book, she was a 20s flapper girl, and then the other one was like a modern day teenage girl. I believe it was taking place in like the 2000s. And so it followed both of them in their separate stories, and then like it wove them together. So there's the 2 timelines, and the flapper girl was wrongly put into an insane asylum, and they just treat her so terribly, like how it was back in the day in those institutions. She was falsely imprisoned there basically because her parents were rich and crazy, and they just didn't want to deal with her bullshit, and they didn't like the man that she was gonna marry. So she goes in there, and then it turns out she's pregnant, and so it's just all these struggles and trying to get out and trying to get back to some sort of normalcy in her life. And then the modern day telling, this girl is a foster child. She's with these foster parents at the time who work at this museum. And so they're going through the files, like the personal files and suitcases of the people who are at the same insane asylum that the flapper girl was from. And so they find her stuff, and so they're connecting her story. And so it's about like her struggle of being a foster kid and dealing with that, and dealing with like self-harm and the struggles of losing her parents. Mom is incarcerated because her mom killed her dad. So throughout the book, her mom is incarcerated, her father's dead, so it's dealing with like the grief in those ways as well. And then the stories, they intertwine through the files, through her finding her suitcase, and she goes to investigate to figure out what this woman's life became. So that was really neat to see how it came together. It was good at points because it would be like kind of over the storyline, like I want to go back and see what that other girl's up to, and then like it would switch at a good point, but there'd be times where it'd be like, oh my god, like this is so good, like cliffhanger, and then like it stops and you have to read the other one, then you're like, oh my god, like I want to keep going, like now I want to get back to that timeline. But then by the time that you're done with the timeline that you're reading now, then you're like, wait, now I don't want to go back to that timeline, now I want to stay here and see what happens here. So there was a lot of points like that. I thought that it was good writing. Trigger warning for this book, there is a lot of things in it that I didn't know about before I read, because I tend to just like pick a book and read it and not really look into it too much beforehand. Trigger warning for like assault, sexual assault, harassment, everything like that. But ultimately, I do think that the book was pretty good. The ending underwhelmed me a bit. I don't want to give too much away. It just doesn't end how I like things to end. I didn't feel like justice was there enough. I wish that there was a bit more making things right by the end, in my opinion. Okay, another category that I probably will usually not have more than one contender for, if that. TV show. So my current obsession show, one of my favorite sitcoms as a kid, The Middle. The Middle is an American sitcom about a working class family and their struggles while living in Orson, Indiana. Wikipedia. I've been watching it on my lunch break since I started work for the past few months. I'm on the second to last season. It's hilarious. I love them. It's so sweet. Every single episode ends with some sort of heartwarming moment between two of the Hecks. Cannot beat The Middle. Cannot stress enough how much I love this show. And I'm so sad that I'm almost done with it. I'm looking for a new show to start, which will probably potentially end up being in the February recap. So stay tuned for that. What can follow The Middle? What can follow The Middle? Okay, shifting focus a bit out of the realm of media, my favorite food and drink of January. My favorite food, so January 27th is my anniversary, and so we went to The Melting Pot, which is a fondue restaurant that we always go to. Hands down favorite food of January. The cheese fondue is my favorite. We got there, the classic special one. So good. My favorite thing to dip in it is the grapes and the bread and the apples. Love that. And then for drink, so what I discovered this month is Sheetz Red Bull Refreshers, specifically the blue raspberry with the blue boba, like the popping bubbles things. So good. I got it once, I think I just got original. I don't even remember picking a flavor, but then the next time I went, they had me pick a flavor, so I did the iced vanilla berry, the winter edition, obviously. Both times, delicious. Red Bull does sometimes make me feel like my heart is gonna go into overdrive and then stop suddenly, so I can't drink it too often, but wow, they were good. The next category is my favorite activity. So in January, my favorite activity was ice skating. My girlfriend and I went ice skating. We both haven't been in a few years. It's like riding a bike, comes back to you. I had a lot of fun. The thing about ice skating is that you can't go too long, honestly. Like, your ankles start to hurt. It starts to just get, like, tiring. We went for just the perfect amount of time. There was the perfect amount of people there. The music was fun. I think ice skating is just a fun little winter thing to do. For the next category, I'm gonna do favorite outfit from January. So this one, I'm gonna give it to my New Year's Eve outfit. I'm kind of cheating here. It was December 31st when I put the outfit on. But, I mean, you know. So I had these really, really long, baggy black corduroys. My mom hemmed them once. She needs to hem them again. So I had to wear my, like, extra tall shoes because they still skimmed the ground with that, but just barely. But beyond that, I need them hemmed if I want to wear any other shoes. But they were awesome. They went down, covered the full shoe, and then I borrowed my girlfriend's top, like, off the shoulder, maroon top. Pretty simple. The shoes were just platform boots to go with the pants. Next day, when we were all going out for breakfast, like, that's all I wore, so everyone was in, like, sweatpants and stuff, which I forgot to bring. And so I was in the corduroy pants and then our green golf jacket that we got from the Tyler, the Creator concert. And I thought that looked cool, all the bagginess, so that would be my favorite outfit of the month. Okay, for my last category, I'm gonna throw in just a random category. So this could be anything from the month that I was obsessed with. I tend to kind of hyperfixate on things for like a few weeks at a time, be really into something, and then it tends to fade out. But in the meantime, it's like the reason for my existence. Like, it's everything to me. And so that's what this category will be. And for January, I'm going to give this to playing the piano. So I've been teaching myself, well, using books, but learning how to play the piano. And it's been a lot of fun. I've been enjoying it. And I feel like January was the month where I really like honed in. Like, before, I was renting some books from the library, and then throughout the month, like, I discovered which ones I actually liked, and I bought them. And so in January, I bought the books. I really started practicing more. I got to play a bit for my family at Christmas, like right before January. So I feel like January, I was putting a lot of focus into the learning piano. So that's what I'd say the little hyperfixation was for this month. Well, that recaps my January. I had a lot of fun this January. I can't wait to do my February recap, since at this point I'm halfway through. Yay. Also, side note, might switch up these categories each time I do these videos, just based on what I'm feeling that month. So if there's any suggestions, I'm always open. That's what I was up to, watching, eating, drinking this January. And I can't wait to make another one of these, hopefully for February or another month upcoming. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.